Hi guys, welcome to Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen. Today I'm gonna try and make some earrings. So I've got a piece of plastic and I've got some packing tape on there. And you may have seen these open bezels on a Temu unpacking video I did. I'm just gonna pop these on here. Oops. I haven't got any of the blue tape, unfortunately. My little bottle. Any kind of bottle will do. Use this as a rolling pin to kind of make sure that they're stuck down onto the tape properly so that they don't leak. Okay, so I've had this stuff for ages. I've never used it yet. It's thermochromic colour changing UV resin. Now, having said that, I don't know if I need to cut. Yes, I do. So, yep, as usual, not prepared at all. Here's my sharp device. Going to cut this open. Come on. I've had this UV hanging around for ages. Never tried using it yet, obviously. So this one is apparently rose and changes to purple with the heat. So I want to do two with this. I've never done this before, and this is actually slightly curved, so I'm hoping it's not going to be a problem. Okay, so it says it's rose and turns purple with the heat, but it's coming out purple, so maybe the other way around. Keep turning these lids and they just pop back on. I just want to make sure this is right the way out to the edges, and it's already found its way because I've put too much in there. You can see a little tiny bubble in that one, so just a quick zap. I'm going to pop this under the UV light. Or what would probably be easier is to bring the light over. It would be easier if I hadn't made a mess, yes. So I'll give that 2 minutes and I will be back as soon as this is done. See you in a sec. Okay, these are cured. They're still a little warm, but that's okay. Now what I want to do with the other pair is I just want to use some clear UV. Obviously these are not particularly deep, so just use a tiny little bit because otherwise it's going to go over the kind of far too deep for what I have planned. Use I've got a little micro brush that I've taken the brush off the end of here. And use this just to push it out to the edges. Because I really want it as shallow as possible, but obviously it does need to go all the way to the edge. Get my little torch to get rid of the bubbles. It's not a torch, it's a long neck lighter, but you kind of get the drift. And I've got these little butterfly charms that I got ages ago from Temu. Pop one in each. And get this pushed into place. Need it to be pretty much there. Okay, so back with the UV light, and I will be back with you again in just a minute. Hi. Okay guys, these are set now. I'm going to attempt to peel them off and hope that they stay inside the bezels. Oh my goodness, this tape is very strong. Oops. It's sticky on the back, but I'll clear that off. Hopefully a bit of alcohol will do that. Now with the butterflies, I actually wish that I'd used a colour change behind them, so I'm going to do that again. Let's see what colours I have. Yeah, that's very, very strong. So first of all, I need to figure out where I put the bezels. Here they are. Them. So put these somewhere that the hasn't already been used. Right, so I've got, what else have I got? Oh, I've got a blue violet here, which sounds quite nice. So let me open that up. Again, I should have done this while the camera was off, but can't think of everything, you know. Definitely violet. Or should that be violent? Very bright. That's okay. Hopefully, she says. So I want to do, I can't even get the lid back on now, I cross-threaded it. So give that a shake. Slide these out of the way. So I want to do this obviously not as deep as I did with the first ones, because it wouldn't give me enough space. Try that. Push it out to the edges. Do need to make sure it touches the edges completely, otherwise it's entirely possible that the resin will pull away from the bezel and we'll end up with just empty bezels, which we don't want. Get rid of the bubbles. And I've got another pair of butterflies here. Don't know how well this is actually going to show the colour of the UV resin, because it's so thin. It might not actually work the way I'm hoping. It's left centre there. Okay. Break out fantastic light again. Give that another 2 minutes and I'll be right back again. Bye. Okay guys, these are all cured up, and I've used some alcohol on the back of on a tissue to wipe the backs down to get the stickiness off. I'm just going to hold this in my fingers to see if it does actually change colour. Yep, beautiful. Not so sure about these. I think what I'll have to do with these is pop an extra layer of the coloured UV on the back, because I don't think it's thick enough to show any changes. So these are okay, so I'll pop these to one side. These were done with clear resin anyway, so they're fine. So these you need to turn over. I'll move that out of the way first and hope that I can do this without overspilling. So this was the blue violet that I used on these. Let me bring you back up a little because it's messing with the focus. Pull, don't twist. Okay. Let's push this out to the sides. Hope it doesn't go over the edges because this is slightly wonky now. Fingers wipe. These are very small and they're quite fiddly to do, so to the edge. Okay, so I think, nope, it's not quite out there. I'm just kind of bend over to from the side here where the light is. Okay, not going to fiddle with that anymore. Let's get that covered up and again, back in a sec. Okay, so I'm kind of happy with the way things are turning out, but I want to try something I first did a good few weeks ago now, and that's making a fake opal. So got my little pot, and I've got these little opal flakes. So squeeze some UV resin into this cup, probably enough to do the whole thing, hopefully. Just need to raise this up a little bit. Okay, that's better. So I'm going to use just, I can't actually remember what I used for the white, but for this one I'm going to use just a tiny drop of the ocean white. Just going to let that fall out rather than squeeze it. Do it in stages because obviously it doesn't, I don't want it to be too opaque because it'll be difficult to see the sparkle, and also it'll be very difficult to cure if it's not slightly transparent. I think that's white enough. I don't really want to put any more in there. I wish I could ask your opinion on this, but I wouldn't hear you anyway. I can probably hear you shouting at the screen, or I can imagine you shouting at the screen going, put more in, but no. So, where's the little stick? Just going to put a bit of that in there because mostly I'm going to be layering it on here. I don't know why I actually put it in there. I could have just dropped it in. The only reason I chose this particular bezel was because it was one of the few that I could find that was flat at the top, because it's kind of awkward to put something under it if you've got a different top that goes the other way. I know what I'm talking about. It doesn't make any sense to you at all, I'm sure. So I'm going to put a bit more flake in here. That might be a little too much, but there'll be another layer going on top. Let's just wipe that off. Then again, out with the light, and I will see you very, very shortly. Okay guys, first layer's clear now, cleared. So I'm going to pour a bit more in. Oh, I think that's just totally buried the first layer. It's really not transparent enough, which is a bit sad. So get some more flakes in there. Just get these in here and get the light back out and cure that again, and back in a sec. Okay guys, so here we go with the final white layer. It's going to do this very, very thin. Hopefully you'll be able to see through it. And then once this one is set, I'll pop a clear layer to dome it on the top, if I've left enough space in here. Hopefully I have. Pop a few more flakes in. Oops, that's too big, that needs to come out. Or we'll just move it around. It's going to get underneath there. Trying to make sure I'm picking up the smaller flakes rather than the big ones, but I'm trying to make sure also that they're fairly evenly spaced without overdoing it. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that, because otherwise I'm going to do too much and I'm going to spoil it. I'll cure this up and be back with you very soon. Bye. Hey guys, ready for the last layer now. So what I've done is I've put some clear UV into this cup, mixed a few flakes in with it, and I just took a tiniest bit of the white that was left, because I didn't want it to be completely clear. So this is not the stage where I completely ruin everything. Just want to dome this very, very slightly. I need to sit down to do this so I can get the light, the angle of the light behind it, so that I can see where I am without going over the edge. To get it right up to the bezel without actually going over. Now the reason I mixed the flake in is because I didn't want any of it sticking up above the resin itself. And I think it's just the tiniest bit there. Okay, so I'm going to get the light on that quickly before it starts going over the edge. And I will be right back. See you in a sec. Okay guys, final coat is cured. Now I need to peel it off here. And it has left quite a bit of stickiness on the back, and it's actually slightly misshapen, so I will eventually dome that, but just for the purposes of the video, I'm just going to get some isopropyl alcohol, squirt it onto a dry wet wipe, just to wipe this down and get the stickiness off. I don't know if you can see the ripple in there, so I will need to dome it, but I want to get the sticky off first. There you go, that's all the stickiness gone. So, next step, got little, don't even know what these are called, jump rings maybe. I'm not very good at this because I'm quite clumsy. So I just twist that, pop it through there, and hopefully twist it straight back to where it belongs. Yay, that's a first. Hope you can see the lovely sparkle in this. So got these wax cords. Just going to pop that through there. Oh, come on. See, clumsiness. There we go. Sorry, I'm messing with the focus by doing all this too close to the camera. But let me lift you up a little. Move these out of the way. And there we have it. A pretty little fake opal necklace. Hope you've enjoyed that. Give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. It's completely free. And I will see you for the next one. Bye.